What is up, YouTube? The pack is back, and it is time. It is time we get back on that sweet, sweet road we call ice cream bliss. So pull up a chair, grab a spoon, and let's dig in. Based out of Los Angeles, we got the Real Good Food Company and their ice cream. Now before this, they were makers of low-carb, high-protein, frozen foods. Only recently have they delved into the cold, creamy, delicious world that is the dessert market with the launch of their ice cream brand here that we will be trying out. Other healthier ice creams are classified as light ice cream, while ours is classified as super premium. Real Good Food said, unlike many other light ice creams that often fluff their pints with air or water to hit a low-calorie claim, our ice cream is real. It fits the standard identity of real super premium ice cream without all the calories and carbs. Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. But supposedly the sugar is a natural sugar and easier to metabolize. But I am here for you guys. I will not let you get caught up in all this silver-tongued mumbo-jumbo. So, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the numbers. And with that being said, let's get into the nutrition facts because those are always really important when looking at alternative ice cream brands as this one. Just go with me here. You're in a grocery store and you're walking down the ice cream aisle and BAM! You see it. Whoa! Only 200 calories in that ice cream? It's a match made in heaven. You two ride off into lover's paradise as your new partner scrambles to hide all its lies it told you prior to your new relationship. That is right, the calories on this are super misleading. I always hate when companies do this. They will stick the one serving size information on the front to catch your eye, so you see it and you're like, okay, I'll get this, I'll try it out. You're at the grocery store, you're in a hurry, you don't really have time to look at the back. So let's compare the Halo Top ice cream that we've been reviewing the past few videos to one of these Real Good flavors here. The average Halo Top pint is around 280 calories, and that is for a full container. And I know there's about 3 servings in each Halo Top container, so you're getting to eat that whole container and still feel good about yourself. Now, we compare that with one of these Real Good flavors, and well, wouldn't you know it, you look at the container serving size, and for 3 servings you're getting as much calories as you would if you were eating fast food. It's just super misleading and sneaky, and I hate that they're calling themselves low calorie ice cream when only one of their servings is actually low calorie. And not to mention that their one serving is as much as a Halo Top container with 3 servings. So that sort of tells the story of the calorie count for the Real Good brand. And for $9, you could get 2 Halo Tops and still be tied. You would still be tied in calorie count for one of these. It's insane. So let's move on down to the fat count. Well, the fat count in these are quite high even for one serving. It's at 15 grams. Just to put that in perspective, I hover around 50 to 60 fat per day. And that's because I'm doing a cut right now, but still. Next, let's look down at sugars. So I'm seeing the sugars hover around 5 grams. Yeah, that's good, that's fine. You'd get that in a nice good protein bar. But that is in one serving. When you eat the whole container, you're pretty much letting your day go at that point. Then we look at the protein. This is where it gets me. It makes me sad. You're looking at 4 grams of protein per serving. That's low. For a snack, I try to keep my protein around 10 grams. I mean, if you eat the whole container, you're getting 10, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of other extra stuff that you don't want. Now, again, I am no nutrition expert, so please make your own judgments on this. Overall, you're paying $9 for something That probably needs to be retweaked, reformulized for a healthy alternative. Just based on this, the brand doesn't really stand out. They're sort of in the middle of healthy alternative and the real ice cream deal. It's something that I wouldn't go out of my way and purchase. Without further ado, let's get into the taste, because that's the most important thing about the ice cream, is does it taste good? Alright, the first flavor we will go ahead and try is the mint chocolate chip. Now, I don't usually go for the mint chocolate chip flavors at all, but I will try not to be biased here. It's sort of like the old pineapple on pizza debate. Should mint chocolate chip be a flavor? So when we first popped this open, it looked nice, it looked smooth, it looked dense. When you cut through it with a spoon, it's pretty dense. You can see the chocolate chips in there, but they're not chips, they're actually like little cookie crumbles. So I'm kind of excited to try those. All in all, I think it looked pretty good. Yeah, so let's get into the taste and texture here. Okay. For a mint chocolate chip ice cream, it's actually pretty good. So right off the bat, I noticed it's pretty creamy and it has a really good balance of density. I noticed that the mint flavor is these little crystals of peppermint that sort of just like melt in your mouth, but they also add a texture to it, which is really nice. It's not just the body of the ice cream that's minty, it's the actual like texture that's minty too. So the body of this ice cream has actually got a really nice chocolatey minty flavor itself, and that combined with the peppermint particles and the sort of chocolate cookie crumble makes for a really unique taste. For an ice cream that didn't look like it had too much going on, the flavors in your mouth really tell another story. Another plus for this mint chocolate chip flavor is that the chocolate and the mint really mix together well. When the chocolate crumble sort of crumbles off into your mouth and hits the mint texture crystals, they sort of create this little mini Christmas in your mouth taste. I don't know what kind of taste that is, but it's pretty unique. All in all, this flavor was pretty surprising to me. I don't normally go for mint chocolate chip, but I definitely picked this one up again. The only negative that I could really give it is the aftertaste sort of lingers in your mouth, and I think that is from the special sugar they use. So yeah, if you want Christmas in your mouth, it's coming early because this October we got this mint chocolate chip, and I am recommending you go pick this up right now to give it a try because it was excellent. On to the next one. Flavor number 2, here we go. We got Mocha Java Chip. If you are a coffee fan, you'll be glad to know that this brand has a coffee flavor. They don't have a lot of flavors, but they got coffee. So let's dig into this. When we first open this bad boy up, I really like the color of this one. It's got that nice chocolatey dark richness to it. And on top of that, it has these little chocolate chip dark spots that make it look even better and more appetizing. It also looks dense and creamy. Not much to harp on the looks, so let's get into it here. So immediately, it's nice and creamy, it's dense, nothing jumps out at me in terms of texture or anything like that. So when we get into the flavor profile, it's a little different than most coffee flavors. It actually tastes a lot like a coffee bean. The flavor is a lot darker, and when you get through the flavor, it tastes like you've just got done eating a coffee bean. It's got that little bit of bitterness to it. The texture is also coming through when you bite into when you bite into the chips. The beginning of the flavor is really bold as well. Overall, I would say the Mocha Java chip here is very rich. It's one of those flavors that you probably don't want to have a lot of at one time. I've had better coffee flavors than this, so this one is sort of mediocre to me. Although I do really like the uniqueness of the coffee bean flavor sort of at the end of the bite. It makes for a different kind of coffee flavor in terms of the ice cream style. So the Mocha Java chip here, I would say it was pretty average. Again, it's got that kind of filmy aftertaste because of the special sugar they use. This flavor sort of reminds me of sitting out on the porch, watching the rain, just having a cup of coffee. It's kind of got that really like moody darkness to it, but it's also like kind of relaxing at the same time. I don't know if that helps you out, but that's what it reminds me of. And you should go try it for yourself if you want that kind of vibe. Happy birthday, because the third flavor we got here is birthday cake. Now, when we first got this one open, there was a heavy concentration of ice on top. That's not a good look, really. With that being said, the birthday cake flavor did not disappoint. We can see the sprinkles and the confetti. We got pink, yellow, orange, blue, all layered in here. It looked quite fun. A fun party, and I hope it's a party in my mouth, so let's get to it. The density on this one lets up a little bit compared to the first two. It's nice and creamy though. Now let's get to the taste, because I am definitely not a fan. Have you ever just taken a handful of sprinkles and shoved them in your mouth and ate them? Well, that's what this tastes like. There's not a lot going on except the sprinkle taste, I guess. It tastes like sugar to me. There's not really a cake battery taste to this. In fact, I've had quite a few cake batter flavors, and this does not live up to any one of them, unfortunately for them. So when you first get into the bite, the body of the flavor is very heavily vanilla. Then you kind of hit the cake batter, but then you kind of get to this really sugary, like straight up sprinkle taste. I think this ice cream's got the syndrome of, it looks like it's gonna be good and it's got a lot going on for it when you first look at it, but when you really get into it, it's kind of plain. I can't tell if it's one of those flavors that you don't want to have a lot of at once, or it's just a bad flavor and you don't want to have it at all. Unfortunately, it just tastes like I'm eating a lot of sugar. Okay, overall, the cake batter flavor, not so good on the taste scale. It looks okay, but there's not a lot going on here. It's kind of boring compared to how it looks, and it really just tastes like a lot of sugar in your mouth. I don't suggest you get this one until they fix their formula. On to the next. And lastly, we got the peanut butter chocolate chip. I could not resist myself because it is one of my favorite flavors of ice cream. So, when we first got into it, it looked fine. It looked a little boring, let's be honest. It's just your standard vanilla and your chocolate chips. It looked dense, it looked creamy. Let's get into it. Please be good. I want this one to be good. That's unfortunate. Before we get into the taste, let's talk about the texture and the density. The density on this one is very good. It's creamy, which is nice. The chocolate chips add a nice texture. These ones have a nice crunch to them. The flavor. I'm sorry. I cannot taste the peanut butter. I don't know where it's at. There's no peanut butter in this. Still trying to find it. I get hints of it, but all I can taste is the vanilla and the chocolate chips. I mean, this is just like vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips in it. Man, I don't know which one was worse, the birthday cake or this one. I mean, at least the birthday cake one, like, tasted like a birthday cake. There's no peanut butter. I mean, why call yourself peanut butter chocolate chip? There's not even any peanut butter chunks in it. It's terrible. Yeah, I actually would get the birthday cake one over this one because it's just, there's no flavor to it. For those of you that don't know me, my go-to flavor is peanut butter chocolate or anything that has to do with peanut butter. So if you were to trust me on anything, it would be for this flavor. For $9, you are buying vanilla with chocolate chips. I don't know why it says peanut butter on it. If I had a baseball bat, we'd go play some ball because this ice cream is for the birds. I ranked all the ice cream that we tried today in order, starting with the mint chocolate chip. Surprisingly, and this is crazy for me to say because mint chocolate chip should not be an ice cream flavor, I would buy this again 10 times over from this peanut butter chocolate one. The birthday cake one wasn't that much better than this one, but you know, I could probably eat a container of this. And then we got the Mocha Java chip, probably the safe bet out of these four. But yeah, overall, the Real Good brand of ice cream, I'll put it this way. Why would you spend $9 on premium ice cream that, let's be honest, isn't as good as the real thing in any way, shape, or form, and still get the same amount of calories as if you were eating the real deal? It just doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, 1 out of 4 flavors was top shelf, so you're really taking a risk flavor-wise too. If you do stick to one serving, you don't go through this all right away, sure, it's okay. You're still eating a lot of empty calories, but for a sweet treat, if you have the willpower, it's fine. Flavor-wise, a lot of them are not really up to par. If I'm gonna spend $9, I'm probably gonna get 2 Halo Tops instead of one of these. It's just, at this point, I think they need to retweak some of their flavor formulas and maybe look at how they can bump their calories down from a full container. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out to do a lot more stuff like this. Also, if you want us to try a certain brand of ice cream, I will do my best to try it for you. Right now I'm still cutting weight. I'm sticking to the ice cream alternatives. Let us know in the comment section. And as always, stay tuned.